Hey crafters, this week we're not building anything, but we are going to talk about building stuff. We're going to talk about the load of work and doing your homework. We'll be right back. So I had intended this week to talk to you about a lot of stuff. I had an idea and some stuff I've been making. A lot of this goes back to the fact that I bought in. 40K is in. I did it. I bought the Dark Imperium box. I bought Kill Team a couple weeks ago, as we talked about. My son's all in. The Kender's all in. We're going all in. 40K, Kill Team, we're going for it. It's lovely. Actually, after the trip we had today, we were actually talking about Age of Sigmar now. So here's the thing. The reason we had to make the trip today was because I was doing a video on replacements for shades. And I've made washes before, and shades are just washes. So I have a pretty good recipe for making a shade. And I was like, all right, I'll show people how to make that today. And then, well, I should say I wanted to make a video about this earlier this week. So we got some supplies to make the shades. And then I was watching another channel about what they do. And first off, big props, Luke's APS. I love your work. I love the stuff you do. You think along the same lines I do and about a lot of things. And I love your work. I love your attention to detail. Big shout out to you. You're a great inspiration. But I didn't do 100% of my homework. I was going to show you how to make shades the way I make them. And then I saw a video that he did about how to replace one expensive material with something a little less expensive. And I'm like, well, that'll be great. I'll just alter my recipe and use that instead, and it'll be great. And then I made it, and I shot the video, and I tested it. And that is the wrong order to do it in. Because I made it first and then tested it live on camera, and it was garbage. It was hot garbage. Didn't do what I needed it to do. Didn't cling, didn't shade, just kind of ran right back off. Left a little bit of pigment, but nowhere near the amount of pigment you need for a shade. So I was ready to do a video based on work that other people had done without completely testing it out myself first. That is a problem. And when you are teaching people how to do stuff, you should really know what you're doing first. You should test it, make sure it works 100% the way you want it to work. So when you put it on video and you go, this is how you do it, it works exactly how you said it works. This is the first time I've done something like that. Now, there are a lot of things that I've done them the first time and went, that works, and immediately went to filming afterwards because I had an idea. I was trusting his research combined with my know-how that it would work the way I wanted it to. And it didn't. There's a million reasons why, and it's not his fault. It comes down to things are different. Different dye batches, different materials, regional differences, temperature differences. There's differences about all kinds of things. The difference in the material, whether you're using, for example, when you're using a wire brush, are you using a steel wire brush or a brass wire brush? You will get two different results from those kind of brushes. A lot of miniature paints are different from each other, even though they're kind of made the same way. You will find that or Citadel paints are different from Vallejo and different from other makers like Reaper, you're going to get different results. Even if they look the same, one's going to run thinner. One of them is going to run thicker. One of them is going to have a higher pigment. They seem minor, but you will get different results. And that's what happened. You got to test it before you do it. And before you try to instruct people on how to do things, make sure you've completely tested out what you're doing first. That's on me. Because I didn't do my homework, because I've been doing so many other things, Warhammer, painting figures, building figures, prepping for my board that I'm building as part of a project. I'm going to be doing in a couple weeks. I'm doing a kill team board, but I'm building it, and then after I'm done building it, I'm going to build a second one because I need 2 boards, and I'm going to build that second one, and I'm going to show you guys how I build it. Been working on a lot of other projects. I've got all these things built up that I'm working on, so I thought I can do this quick because I know how to do this, and it works great. And I had too much confidence in what I know and not what I tested. I had too much confidence in what someone else knew and not what I tested. So, don't be afraid to make mistakes. That is a big thing. That is a big takeaway I got from this. I actually learned something really big. And because of that, I learned that I've got a big can of matte varnish that I don't know what I'm going to do with because it doesn't do what I wanted it to do. I'll probably come up with a use for it. But it certainly isn't going to work as a wash the way I designed it. This is Big D, and I'm signing off. And if you take anything away from this week, try, test, reach your limits and go out for them. But if you're going to tell someone about them, tell them after it works, not before it works. Because, well, you can put out some bad knowledge out there, and then when that spreads, either you look like an idiot or that bad knowledge propagates out there, and then nobody looks smart. So, game on.